This evening, CSEC examination results are out with an increase in the pass rate. Significant breakthrough into killing of 13-year-old Devanand Sanichar. Toll charges from Linden Highway are being reviewed. Businessman shares interesting analysis on Guyana's economy. And the public is reminded of ban on cars 8 years and over.
From Safetv headquarters in South Raval Gardens, this is Safetv Headline News with Mondell Smith.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel as well as our website, safetvguyana.com. Join us. In our first story, we tell you that Guyana has seen improvements in an overall pass rate at the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC. But the Ministry of Education is not satisfied. Rihanna Ahmad will tell you why.
A preliminary report of this year's CSEC results pegged the overall pass rate at 63.39%, an increase from 2015's 62.72%. Despite this, the Education Minister, Dr. Rupert Roopnaraine, is not pleased with the results. This is perhaps due to the significant decline in the pass rate for mathematics, which currently stands at 38.37%, a few figures down from last year's 45.0%.
As it relates to math, I was told that there is a decline across the Caribbean, it's not just Guyana.
That was Delman Ned, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education. It was pointed out that the grade 1 to 3 passes in English language, on the other hand, showed a sizable jump from 49.36% in 2015 to 59.3% in 2016. Almost all of the other subjects recorded major improvements. Ingrid Trotman, Assistant Chief Executive Officer, Nursery, gave the entire breakdown.
Excellent performances were recorded in Agriculture Science, single award, Agriculture Science, double award, and Biology.
While the full list of individual candidates' performances is not yet available, the Caribbean Examination Council did provide the country with a list of 157 students who secured grade 1 passes in 8 or more subjects. 46 of them secured 11 and more grade 1s. Here are just 10.
St. Rose's High, name Fatima Karim, results 19 grade 1s, 1 grade 2. Queen's College, Keshav Tiwari, 19 grade 1s. Queen's College, Adela Ali, 18 grade 1s, 3 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3.
Mondale, a total number of 12,809 candidates sat the examinations. Of this figure, 4,677 were males, while the remainder accounted for 8,132 females. Some 4,540 of the students were from private institutions, accounting for 35% of the candidates. Those from Guyana wrote a total of 35 subjects at the examinations.
Thank you, Rihanna. Police have arrested 3 suspects as investigations into the murder of a 13-year-old continues. One of the suspects has led them to the recovery of the murder weapon. Here's an update. 3 men aged 20, 26 and 53 have been arrested for the murder of 13-year-old Devanand Sanichar, whose lifeless body was found on the roadway at Plantain Walk Access Road, Triumph, East Coast, Demerara, around 23:30 on Sunday. Sanichar's body was discovered with a chop wound to the head about 15 minutes after he was called out of a wedding house by one of his friends who is now on the run. One of the 3 suspects reportedly cracked on the intense interrogation and led police to recover the murder weapon, a cutlass, in a trench. That same suspect had reportedly pointed out the other suspects to the cops. The 13-year-old, who would have celebrated his birthday in September this year, was murdered a few houses away from his home on the Triumph Plantain Walk Road, several houses from a wedding house, where his entire family was celebrating. According to the police release, the 13-year-old subsequently left the wedding and returned with a cutlass. An argument ensued, and it was alleged that one of the men took away the cutlass and dealt the teen a chop to his head. Whilst on the ground, he was given a severe beating with a stick by the men. The teen's mother, Sukhdev Sanichar, said that she was not aware her son was seeing any girl. She said that the entire family was at the wedding in the village when her son's friend called him out of the function. She said too that when she rushed to the scene, she spotted the teen's lifeless body lying in a pool of blood. Breaking news. 2 alleged bandits are now hospitalized after attempting to rob a North Rheinfeldt family. Reports are that the bandits were shot by the police, while other reports suggest that the duo were beaten by residents of the community. Details are still emerging. Still to come on headline news after the break, Cape experiences a decline in the pass rate this year and businessmen upbeat about Guyana's economy. Stay tuned.
Everybody knows John Lewis Styles as the Levi's and Dockers store. But did you know we're also an authorized dealer for Nautica, Perry Ellis, US Polo, Natural Issue, Joffrey Bean, and many others. We also carry the Bruno and Drill brands, who are actually the makers of Express shirts, at half the price of Express. So the next time you think of men's clothing, shoes, and accessories, there's only one choice. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Get your back-to-school supplies at Colors. Backpacks from Nike and G-Tech, K-Swiss and Levi's in black. Getting gear for back-to-school is always a task, but Colors has the back-to-school sale for you. When you purchase, write your name, address and telephone number on the back of your coupon and drop it in the box. School bags, boots, everything you need for back to school. Enter and win monster headphones, 2 tablets, 1 mountain bike. School vouchers accepted. 2259980.
With a distinctive flavor, Umder Paukagi is made from 100% pure vegetable oil. This Paukagi is a delight when preparing sweetmeats and other dishes for healthy cooking with a rich buttery taste and aroma. It is used for religious purposes and is a principal fuel for burning. Umder Paukagi is light, pure, with a real ghee texture.
When you think back-to-school shopping, think clearance. Get your boys in shoes for school in brands like Timberland, Reebok, Land Rover LRX, and more. While for your girls, there are Hush Puppies, Clarks, LRX, and many others. What about backpacks? Get long-lasting brands like Swiss Brand, JanSport, Nike, and Kenneth Cole, including Police and Dockers pants for boys, all at clearance. For quality clothing at affordable prices, clearance, always keeping you in style.
It's slipping through our hands, we're sinking in the sand.
It's always fresh, tasty, enticing, and the best in town, served hot from our experienced chefs. Come and enjoy our daily meals with a wide and delicious menu to choose from, also a wide variety of pastries and dessert. We can also host your luncheons, cocktails, parties, and formal gathering. For reservation, call 225-1730, 225-0038, and delivery 225-0195 or 225-0159. The new thriving Chinese restaurant, 32 Main Street, Georgetown.
Only at Kissoon's can you get the guaranteed offer of up to 50% discount on every item in their blot factory surplus sale. 50% off for Guyana's 50th anniversary right through the year. Check it out at their spacious factory outlet at Reinfeldt Industrial Park, where parking is no problem. They're in the mood to celebrate at Kissoon's. Once you want it, Kissoon's will make sure you don't leave without it.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Welcome back to Headline News. Now for the results of the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examinations, CAPE. In this report, Rihanna Ahmad will present the figures that represent a decline in the pass rate.
Some 898 candidates from Guyana wrote the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination, CAPE. The number of subject entries was 4,602, and the number of students securing grades 1 to 2 passes has increased. Lesson Charles Edwards, Assistant Chief Education Officer Secondary, highlighted the names of those who had outstanding performances.
Carissa Kissoon of the Bishop's High, Dinot Moabir, Queen's College, Ashley Anthony, Queen's College, Joash Gobin, Queen's College, Larissa Wilshire, Queen's College, and Shannon Woodruff, Queen's College. All of those persons got 6 grades 1.
In delivering a detailed report of this year's examinations, Charles Edwards pointed out the commendable 100% pass rate in at least 20 units with grade 1 to 5 passes. Some of them are as follows:
Agricultural Science Unit 1, Art and Design Unit 1, Environmental Science Unit 1 and Unit 2, Food and Nutrition Unit 1, Spanish Unit 1, Entrepreneurship Unit 1 and 2, Tourism Unit 1, Logistics and Supply Chain Operations Unit 1, Building and Mechanical Engineering Drawing Unit 1, Applied Mathematics Unit 2.
The overall pass rate for this year's CAPE stands at 86.74%. This is a marginal decrease from 2015, where the pass rate stood at 87.54%. Candidates from Guyana, she said, offered 57 units.
The gender distribution of the overall pass rate is 33.4% males and 66.6% females.
The 898 candidates who sat this year's CAPE were from 9 secondary schools and 4 private institutions. There were 14 examination locations across Georgetown and regions 3, 4, 6, and 10. Mondale?
Thanks, Rihanna. On the investment front, while some are in the valley as regards to investing in Guyana, a multimillionaire is beating the iron while it's hot. He says he sees Guyana as an economically viable country on the cusp of greatness. Berbice businessman contractor Peter Lewis has diversified his business to add personal investment to the development of the township of Bartica and by extension Region 7, valued at in excess of $150 million.
About Guyana and its investment. Do you invest in Guyana simply because it is a way of making money, or do you believe in the economy?
I believe in the economy. And every sensible thinking Guyanese, don't matter who you support politically, right? You have to support the government and public. When you do that, you will benefit each and one Guyanese. Everybody will benefit. If you be negative towards the system, you ain't gonna move anywhere.
Businessman Peter Lewis, owner of Associated Construction Services (ACS), established in 1997, ACS of Hampshire Quarantine Berbice provides all 3 counties in Guyana a wide range of construction services. These include the building of roads, the rental of machinery and equipment, and the provision of ongoing charitable support to the community at large. In fact, the family business has always had a strong commitment to charity. Regional Chairman Gordon Bradford of Region 7, at the recent launch of the first asphalt plant, explained that in Bartica, ACS has continued to support the Regional Democratic Council on a number of projects and initiatives.
If you were to speak to investors from overseas, what would you say to them right now about investing in Guyana?
I think more or less is a level playing field now, and I mean everybody get a chance. But also, I would like to see that the Guyanese get equal opportunity. I feel the Guyanese contractor could do the work also, but just some technical support. Right? But I feel Guyanese contractor has the equipment, right? The capability to doing this work.
The contractor says over the years of investing in Guyana, he has taken risks and at times even spending most of his earnings amounting to hundreds of millions of dollars, and he has no regrets. You're still with Headline News. There are hiccups, so changes have to be made to prices at the toll booth in Linden. Rihanna Ahmad will tell you in this report that while bickering continues within the town council, residents are at a major disadvantage.
3 months after the toll booth at Caracara Linden has been reactivated, the town council is yet to finalize the rates. According to Mayor Carwin Holland, the playing field is not level when it comes to the prices.
They had like a small canter or a minibus paying more than these big container. I can't understand the reasoning behind that.
The highest price to pass Caracara is 6,000 Ghana dollars. In recognition of the financial burdens that the toll booth would put on daily commuters who have jobs outside of Linden, Holland is looking to effect another change.
We already met with the chambers and we said, and it's in our meeting, that we will not be charging Lindeners for the everyday usage of the roads. What we're going to do then for Linden is give them a pass, such as twice per year. You pay something towards the use of the road. Because remember what was happening in the last council, and it was reported that some persons were taking on contracts with businesses in Georgetown and giving them a free usage of the road.
Special arrangements are also expected to be put in place for businesses.
We will sit with the chambers and discuss an amicable fee, a fee that we can agree on for individual businesses. Okay, you're going to just pay a contribution of such. Besides that, we're asking these businesses in Linden to collaborate with the council and give us, let's say every month they do a cleaning of a road or they do something. So we're looking for that kind of exchange with the public.
Meanwhile, as Georgetown is gradually being restored to the Garden City, Linden is becoming somewhat of a dump town.
Now you have 2 crews at the council. Both of them are working from, is it 5? From 6 in the morning and finishing at 2 or around that time in the afternoon. Now we're saying put 1 crew to work early and do some work if you have 1 machine and 1 is down. And then let the second crew work maybe from 1 or 12 or something like that and going on late in the day so we have more work done.
Mayor Holland maintains that while the occurrences in Linden are being seen as a reflection of him, he is only responsible for the policies and not the execution of the works. And the lack of implementation of many of the policies is another reason why Holland is pushing for the removal of the town clerk. Mondale?
Thanks, Rihanna. May 1 was the deadline given by the Guyana Revenue Authority for the importation of all cars older than 8 years. Failure to comply and the vehicle dealers and other importers run the risk of having their motor vehicles seized and disposed of. The GRA provided a reminder of this. The GRA warns business corporations and other importers to be reminded to desist from attempting to import vehicles 8 years or older to avoid termination as well as other fines and penalties which may be imposed. This new law was proposed by Finance Minister Winston Jordan during his 2016 budget presentation in Parliament in the month of February. The change in the Customs Act to ban vehicles older than 8 years old has generated an appeal from opposition leader Barrett Jagdeo to the Finance Minister and President David Granger to stretch the ban to 12 years. Jagdeo believes that the common person and the poor in society will suffer as a result of the high prices of purchase for more recently manufactured vehicles as well as their spare parts. The only vehicles excluded from the older 8-year ban are heavy-duty vehicles such as trucks and lorries and vehicles utilized in the agriculture and industrial sector and special purpose vehicles. Earlier in the year, also the head of project coordination of the GRA, Fitzroy Corlett, had announced the impending restriction of used tires importation. The government in aims of reducing the blow has since proposed a number of tax reductions for new tires purchased as well as vehicle tax. Still ahead, contracted garbage collectors plan strike action and Minister receives Commission of Inquiry recommendations for better child care services. Stay tuned.
Women's fashion trends change every day. That's why John Lewis Styles makes it their duty to source items directly from the manufacturing brands, offering you more choices and better prices. Women love to look great, whether it's for work or play. From clothing, shoes, accessories, to handbags, watches, fragrances. Let's make you feel like the only girl in the world. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
With a distinctive flavor, palka ghee is made from 100% pure vegetable oil. This palka ghee is a delight when preparing sweetmeats and other dishes for healthy cooking with a rich buttery taste and aroma. It is used for religious purposes and is a principal fuel for burning. Palka ghee is light, pure, with a real ghee texture.
Don't let this moment in history pass you by. Kissoons want every Guyanese home to showcase a new piece of furniture to remember this glorious event of our Jubilee celebration. Kissoons have gone crazy. Every item is on sale right through this year in the Big Blot Factory Surplus Sale, up to 50% off for the 50th birthday at Kissoons.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
talk of a looming strike action by contractors, Town Clerk Royston King is calling for patience and leniency. A garbage collection strike looms in the nation's capital because of City Hall's failure to pay its service providers over $250 million in debt to date. However, the Town Clerk Royston King says the municipality is not aware of any looming strike by contractors, but is calling for some leniency from the contractors.
When this new administration took office, the entire city was filthy, and you had heaps of garbage almost in every local community. So the money that we owe our contractors are really for the bulk of that garbage we had in the city during that time. And yes, we owe them, but I don't know about any looming strike in any case.
How much do you owe the contractors, or how many contractors are we talking about?
We're talking about 2 contractors. We're talking about Sevon's Waste Management, and we're talking about Puran Brothers. They have been our contractors for the longest while.
For garbage collection?
For garbage collection.
King said council has to strike a balance between paying workers and contractors and providing services to the city. According to the contractor, his company is owed $97 million, of which it was paid $1.2 million. General Manager of Puran Waste Disposal Inc., Kalishwar Puran, is reported as stating that even the banks are growing tired of their pleas for leniency, as his company has its own debts, but there is only so much they can bear. Similar sentiments were expressed by Chief Executive Officer of Sevon's Waste Management, Morse Archer, who says his company is owed $168 million by the municipality. Archer is quoted as stating that his company cannot continue working as it has exhausted its monies and is existing at the mercies of people crediting it. According to Archer, if a substantial payment is not sourced, his company will be forced to take strike action. Town Clerk King says, should the strike action be taken, citizens need not fear, as an interim plan has been put in place.
I have instructed the Solid Waste Management Director to put in place contingency plans to ensure that we continue to collect and dispose of garbage from all local communities. It does appear to me that we probably might have to reduce the level of dependency on our contractors because we continue to owe them. And as you know, we have difficulty with the flow of money.
King also called for leniency from the contractors as he listed a host of problems.
We are working on paying our contractors. We thank them for their patience and understanding. They have been with us throughout the years. We have supported them. They have supported us. This is our time of need. And we have been in discussion with our contractors. They are patient. They're waiting. They continue to work. And we're working to ensure that we honor our obligations to all of our contractors, as well as to not only to garbage contractors, but to all of our contractors within another 3 weeks.
Minister of State Mr. Joseph Harmon was today presented with the final report of the Commission of Inquiry into the death of the 2 siblings, Antonio and Joshua George, who perished in the drop-in center fire on Hatfield Street in July. Presenting the final report to Mr. Harmon was retired Colonel Winnie Algernon, along with Minister of Social Protection Valda Lawrence and Acting Chief Fire Officer Winston McGregor, who also received copies of the report. The fire on the night of July 7 was triggered by a defective electrical point with exposed wires on the eastern wall of the girls' dormitory, causing the fire to travel through the electrical conduit in the ceiling of the building. This report will now serve as a guide to the Ministry of Social Protection towards ensuring that there are fewer cases of any such recurrences. The Commission of Inquiry discovered that at the time of the incident, the drop-in center was overcrowded with 31 children and only 2 social services assistants, an inadequate staff schedule to work on the night of the tragedy. This goes against the minimum operation standards and regulations which state that homes such as the drop-in center should have maintained a minimum of 6 social service assistants to meet the needs of the number of children housed at the center at the time. A number of recommendations were made by the inquiry which suggests that the Social Protection Ministry must focus on improving the child care system by taking a holistic approach. Included in the recommendations are the inspection of facilities, the development of emergency evacuation plans, including safety protocols, compensation to the mother of the deceased children, as well as the relocation and possible renaming of the drop-in center. Police in G Division are awaiting a post-mortem to continue their investigations into the death of 19-year-old Kaushal Prasad, whose body was found on the Aurora seashore where he went for a picnic with friends on Saturday. Reports are that the Erie Hall, Sands, Essequibo Coast residents died from drowning following an outing with friends. However, relatives of the deceased suspected foul play. G Division Commander Kevin Adonis, while confirming that the force has received the report of the death, said investigators are awaiting the results of a post-mortem to determine whether or not foul play was involved. The teen reportedly was picked up by a group of friends on Saturday at about 9:30 hours to attend a birthday picnic at the Aurora seawall on the Essequibo Coast. Still on the police blotter, police are investigating an alleged robbery on the arms committed on Mark English, 31 years, of 992 Providence, East Bank, Demerara, which occurred about 2:55 hours this morning at the corner of Cemetery Road and Durban Street, Georgetown, of $30,000 cash by 3 identifiable males. Inquiries disclosed that the victim went to a shop to make a purchase when he was approached and robbed of the cash. During the process, one of the men, who was armed with a handgun, discharged several rounds at the victim, hitting him in his left leg. The victim managed to drive to a city hospital where he underwent surgery and was admitted. His condition was regarded as stable. The suspects have not yet been arrested. Police are investigating a fatal accident which occurred about 5:15 hours this morning on the Chelsea Public Road, Mahaika, East Coast, Demerara, which resulted in the death of Bibi Haroon O'Donovan, 58 years, a British citizen of 15 Crong Street, West Coast, Berbice. Inquiries disclosed that the deceased and her daughter Shaniza Lewis, 23 years, also a British citizen, were passengers in motorcar HC 6753, which was proceeding west of Chelsea Public Road at a fast rate when the driver lost control and crashed into the rear of a stationary lorry on the opposite side of the road. They were rushed to the Maikoni Public Hospital, where O'Donovan was pronounced dead on arrival, whilst Lewis was referred to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation in an unconscious state. The driver is in police custody assisting with the investigations. More police news for you. Police are investigating a fatal accident which occurred about 13 hours yesterday on Buxton Public Road, East Coast, Demerara, that resulted in the death of Wade Paul, aged 55 years, of Lot 106, Middlewalk, Buxton, East Coast, Demerara. Inquiries disclosed that the deceased was riding his ATV motorcycle CF8345 at a fast rate east of the public road when he lost control and slammed into the front of a motor car which was proceeding in the opposite direction. He was rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital where he was pronounced dead whilst receiving treatment. And that's Safetv 2 headline news for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Safetv 2 headline news on Facebook, YouTube, and safetvguyana.com. You can also tune in at 6:30 hours tomorrow morning for a rebroadcast and Thursday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. I'm Mondale Smith signing out from this newscast. Do have a blessed evening. Goodbye now.